Scene script. Have you ever wondered how one of the greatest civilizations in history emerged from the heart of Mexico? Today, we delve into the fascinating world of the Aztecs. It all began in the 14th century. The Aztecs, a Mesoamerican civilization, emerged from the northern realms of Mexico. Picture vast, arid landscapes, punctuated by the occasional oasis, a stark contrast to the central highlands they would later call home. The Aztecs were not always known by this name. They were initially known as the Mexica, a nomadic tribe hailing from a mythical homeland called Aztlan. The journey from Aztlan to the central highlands was not a simple one. It was a migration filled with trials and tribulations, guided by the prophecies of their gods. Their destination was foretold to be a place where an eagle perched on a cactus, holding a snake in its beak. And so, when the Mexica spotted this divine sign on a small island in Lake Texcoco, they knew they had arrived. Here, they laid the foundations of what would become an incredible civilization. In these early days, the Aztecs were not the mighty empire we often picture. They were humble farmers, traders, and warriors, carving out a space for themselves amidst the established city-states of the region. But what they lacked in numbers, they made up for with determination, resilience, and a shared vision. Over time, their society began to take shape. They developed a sophisticated system of agriculture, cultivating staples such as maize, beans, and pumpkins. They built canals for irrigation and terraces to maximize their arable land. Their population grew, their culture flourished, and the Aztecs began to make their mark in the central highlands of Mexico. This was the dawn of the Aztecs, a civilization that would go on to build one of the largest cities in the world, create a complex written language, and establish a polytheistic religion with vibrant rituals and traditions. But these achievements were still in the future. At this stage, they were simply a group of people finding their way in a new land. From humble beginnings, the Aztecs set the stage for a civilization that would leave an indelible mark in history. Imagine a city thriving on an island, one of the largest of its time. Welcome to Tenochtitlan, the heart of the Aztec Empire. Nestled in the heart of Mexico, Tenochtitlan was a marvel unlike any other. This glorious city, built in the midst of Lake Texcoco, was the beating heart of the Aztec civilization. The city's unique location wasn't just a show of architectural prowess, it was a strategic masterpiece. The surrounding waters served as a natural defense against potential invaders, making the city a fortress in its own right. But Tenochtitlan was more than just a stronghold. It was a bustling hub of trade, culture, and politics. Imagine the vibrant cityscape, the air filled with the aroma of local spices from the bustling markets, the sound of bartering merchants echoing through the streets. Here, traders from all corners of the empire converged, bringing with them a variety of goods, from precious stones and exotic feathers to staple foods like maize and beans. This thriving metropolis was also a center for cultural exchange. The city's grand plazas hosted a multitude of festivals and religious ceremonies, where people from different tribes would gather to celebrate and worship their gods. It was a melting pot of traditions, folklore, and artistic expression where the Aztec civilization truly came to life. Powerful rulers and influential priests governed Tenochtitlan, making it a significant political hub. The city's grand palaces and temples were a testament to the Aztecs' architectural prowess. They stood tall and majestic, a symbol of the empire's might and prosperity. As we delve deeper into the city's rich history, we begin to understand why Tenochtitlan was such a crucial part of the Aztec Empire. It wasn't just a city, it was a symbol of power, a beacon of culture, and a nexus of trade. It was a testament to the Aztecs' strategic brilliance, their architectural ingenuity, and their indomitable spirit. In its prime, Tenochtitlan was a testament to the Aztecs' architectural prowess and strategic brilliance. In the Aztec Empire, everyone had a role to play. Let's explore the intricate hierarchy of this fascinating society. The Aztec civilization was structured as a strict hierarchy, with each stratum playing a specific role. At the apex of this societal pyramid sat the rulers, considered semi-divine figures, their authority unchallenged. They were the architects of the empire's policies, making decisions that shaped the course of the civilization. Just beneath the rulers, the priests held sway. They were the spiritual guides, responsible for conducting religious rituals and maintaining the delicate balance between the Aztecs and their gods. Their influence was profound, as religion permeated every aspect of Aztec life. The nobles, or the pipiltine, were the next rung down. This class included military leaders, judges, and high-level administrators, all of whom were vital cogs in the machinery of the empire. They were the backbone of the Aztec administrative and military systems. The Miqueltan, or commoners, formed the base of the societal pyramid. Most were farmers, the lifeblood of the Aztec civilization. They tilled the land, growing a variety of crops that sustained the empire. Maize was the primary crop, revered as the gift of the gods. Beans, pumpkins, and chilies were also integral to their agricultural practices. The Aztecs were agricultural innovators, developing ingenious farming techniques such as chinampas, or floating gardens. These man-made islands, crisscrossing the shallow lakes, were fertile grounds for growing crops. They were a testament to the Aztecs' ingenuity and their ability to harness their environment. At the very bottom of the societal structure were the slaves, or Tlacotan. They were often prisoners of war or people who couldn't pay their debts. Despite their lowly status, they had rights under Aztec law and could even earn their freedom. The Aztec society, with its distinct divisions, functioned as a well-oiled machine, ensuring the empire's prosperity. To the Aztecs, gods were as real as the sun and the moon, and they demanded a heavy price. The Aztecs had a polytheistic religion, meaning they worshipped not just one, but a pantheon of gods. Their world was filled with divine beings, each controlling different aspects of their life and the universe. From Tlaloc, the god of rain, to Huitzilopochtli, the god of war and the sun, each deity held a special significance and was revered in its unique way. But perhaps the most fascinating, or rather chilling, aspect of the Aztec religion was the practice of human sacrifice. Yes, you heard it right, human sacrifice. The Aztecs believed that their gods needed to be nourished by human blood, the life force that sustains us all. This belief stemmed from their creation myth, where the gods sacrificed themselves to create the world and humanity. The Aztecs saw it as their duty to return the favor, giving their own lives to ensure the continuation of the world. The process of sacrifice was elaborate and ritualistic. The unfortunate chosen ones, often prisoners of war, were led up the steps of the Grand Pyramids, their heartbeats matching the rhythm of the drums. At the top, a priest, dressed in ceremonial attire, would perform the ritual, offering the victim's heart to the sun. These sacrifices were not random acts of violence, but a deeply ingrained part of the Aztec culture and their understanding of the world. They believed that these sacrifices were necessary to keep the sun moving across the sky, the rain falling, and the crops growing. It was a grim duty, but one they felt was essential for the survival of their civilization. However, it's important to remember that this was just one aspect of the Aztec religion. They also had a rich tradition of music, dance, and poetry, all aimed at honoring their gods and understanding the mysteries of the universe. In their quest to keep the gods satisfied, the Aztecs performed rituals that continue to intrigue and horrify us today. Armed with formidable military strength, the Aztecs did not remain confined to their island capital. Instead, they embarked on a series of conquests that would see their dominion stretch across much of the Mesoamerican landscape. The Aztecs were not just builders and innovators, they were warriors too. Their military might was a key factor in their rise to power, and it played a significant role in their expansion strategies. The Aztecs were masters of warfare. Their soldiers were well-trained and disciplined, and their tactics were both aggressive and strategic. They used a variety of weapons, including obsidian-edged swords, long spears, and atlatls, a type of spear thrower that could launch darts with deadly accuracy. The Aztecs' military prowess wasn't just about physical strength or superior weaponry, though. It was also a matter of psychology. They mastered the art of intimidation, often using elaborate costumes and rituals to instill fear in their enemies. They were known for their ability to subjugate other tribes, bending them to their will through a combination of force and psychological warfare. Their expansion was not solely a product of their military strength, however. The Aztecs were also astute diplomats. They formed alliances with some tribes, offering protection and trade opportunities in exchange for loyalty. These alliances allowed them to extend their influence without necessarily resorting to warfare. Yet when diplomacy failed or when tribes resisted their rule, the Aztecs did not hesitate to use force. They would lay siege to enemy cities, cutting off food and water supplies until the inhabitants surrendered. Those who resisted were often taken as slaves or, in some cases, offered as human sacrifices to the Aztec gods. Through these methods, the Aztecs expanded their empire. They absorbed the cultures, resources, and people of the lands they conquered, integrating them into their own society. The result was a diverse, vibrant, and powerful empire that left a lasting mark on Mesoamerican history. Through their military might, the Aztecs expanded their influence, creating an empire that stretched across much of Mesoamerica. Every empire has its rise and fall. The Aztecs were no exception. Their downfall began with the arrival of a man who would change the course of their history forever, Hernán Cortés. A Spanish conquistador, Cortés landed in Mexico in the early 16th century, armed with superior weaponry and a burning ambition to conquer. The Aztecs, known for their military prowess, were about to face a foe unlike any they had encountered before. Initially, Moctezuma II, the Aztec emperor, welcomed Cortés and his men, mistaking them for gods as foretold by an ancient prophecy. But the hospitality didn't last long. The Spaniards, driven by their thirst for gold and power, soon showed their true colors. They took Moctezuma hostage and demanded a hefty ransom. But the Aztecs weren't ready to go down without a fight. They rose in rebellion against their oppressors. However, the Spaniards, armed with advanced weaponry and backed by local tribes who resented Aztec rule, proved too formidable. The rebellion was brutally crushed. Moctezuma was killed in the chaos, though the exact circumstances of his death remain a mystery. The final blow to the Aztecs came in the form of an unseen enemy, disease. Smallpox, brought by the Europeans, swept through Tenochtitlan, decimating the population. The Aztecs, lacking immunity to this foreign disease, were helpless. This, coupled with the relentless Spanish onslaught, marked the end of the once mighty Aztec Empire. Cortés razed Tenochtitlan to the ground, and in its place, he built Mexico City, marking the start of Spanish rule in Mexico. The Aztecs, their numbers severely reduced, were subjugated and their culture systematically erased. The fall of the Aztecs marked the end of an era, but their legacy continues to shape modern Mexico. Their temples may have crumbled, but the spirit of the Aztecs lives on, whispering tales of their glory and downfall in the wind that sweeps across the ruins of their once magnificent empire. Despite our understanding of the Aztecs, several aspects of their civilization remain shrouded in mystery. The Aztecs, renowned for their military prowess and architectural grandeur, left behind a wealth of enigmatic structures and cultural elements that continue to baffle archaeologists and historians alike. One of the most profound mysteries pertains to their extraordinary stone monuments, such as the pyramids of Teotihuacan. These mammoth structures, meticulously crafted without the aid of modern machinery, are a testament to Aztec engineering genius. Yet, the precise techniques they employed in their construction remain elusive. Imagine this: colossal stone blocks, some weighing in at several tons, were quarried, transported, and assembled into intricate edifices, all without the wheel, beasts of burden, or metal tools. The sheer physical and logistical challenge of such a feat is staggering. How did they manage it? Some propose they leveraged simple machines like ramps and levers. Others suggest a vast labor force was employed, working in careful coordination. Yet, without written records detailing the process, the exact methods remain a topic of conjecture. Diving deeper into the enigma, we encounter the Aztecs' complex written language. Unlike the phonetic systems we're familiar with, the Aztec script was a blend of pictographic and ideographic elements. Each glyph or symbol could represent a word, a sound, or even an abstract concept. The intricacy of this writing system is astounding. Yet how did it evolve? What were the influences that shaped it? Despite extensive research, these questions remain unanswered. Another unsolved puzzle lies in the Aztecs' advanced agricultural technology. The Aztecs were primarily an agrarian society, cultivating maize, beans, and pumpkins. What's fascinating is their development of chinampas, or floating gardens. These were artificial islands built on the shallow lake beds, a remarkable adaptation to their watery environment. The chinampas were incredibly fertile, allowing multiple harvests each year. But how did the Aztecs come up with this ingenious solution? How did they construct these chinampas, ensuring they were stable and productive? The answers to these questions remain as murky as the waters of Lake Texcoco, on which the chinampas once floated. Indeed, the Aztecs were a civilization of paradoxes. They were brutal warriors and delicate artisans, pragmatic engineers and mystical priests all at once. The mysteries they've left behind serve as a tantalizing reminder of their complexity and sophistication. They push us to keep probing, to keep questioning, to keep unraveling the layers of history they've left behind. As we continue to unravel the enigma that is the Aztecs, we are reminded of the depth and richness of their civilization. Each unsolved mystery adds another dimension to our understanding, another facet to our appreciation of this fascinating culture. The Aztecs may have vanished centuries ago, but their mysteries continue to captivate us, sparking our curiosity and fueling our quest for knowledge.